San Diego is home to a world-class public art scene. Colorful murals stretching across entire building sides, soaring sculptures celebrating the city's heritage. But there's a whole world of public art that thrives along the bowels of America's finest city.
You have to look at something on toilets, and so it's nice to have something to look at.
The city of San Diego commissioned artist Shinpei Takeda to transform the ceiling of this public restroom in Ocean Beach. He lived in the neighborhood, so the project was personal.
The piece is titled, "My Memory on Top of Your Memory."
It features quotes from famous authors, whose names appear on nearby street signs, layered over excerpts from local news stories. Takeda says a public restroom is an excellent canvas for public expression.
If art is something that makes us think, something that makes us reflect, and I think it can be anywhere, and then where else better to do it when you're doing a most biological business.
Takeda's piece is our starting point as we explore the artwork sprinkling San Diego's sewage system. About a mile north is another piece, funded by the city's Arts Commission, on a public restroom. The work, titled Pixelated Summer, is a collage of photo tiles capturing the frenetic joy of nearby Belmont Park and the summer serenity of Mission Beach. Jacob Bishop was wrapping up a morning of metal detecting on the sand when he stopped to consider the artwork.
It gives a little bit of style, which is what we have here, San Diego. It just adds a little bit of peacefulness, I think.
He says it reminds him of bringing his daughters to the ocean when they were little.
I tried to teach them surf, put the leash around their leg up high because it didn't fit, but they had their little wetsuits and it was a lot of fun.
When you flush at these beach bathrooms, the water flows first to a pump station near the San Diego airport. Pump stations help sewage reach treatment plants. Nearly half a dozen of them around the city feature public art, including a plaza filled with sandstone pillars and mosaics with native stones and handmade tiles. From the pump station, our effluent expedition continues to the Point Loma wastewater treatment plant.
Yeah, we may be dealing with but somebody else can look at this and find something beautiful in it.
Richard Turner is a prolific public artist. He produced several pieces on the outside of the Point Loma plant, including a series of abstract metal patterns. Some are a cascade of blue, green, and purple, representing the ocean. Others are a mix of rusty black and brown, representing the sewage treated inside. The installation also includes an interactive section of pipe, the exact kind of pipe the plant uses to safely discharge treated wastewater, about 150 million gallons a day, into the ocean.
I thought, okay, so here I've got an opportunity to actually bring visitors inside the technology or part of the plant itself.
Turner has artwork on 5 wastewater treatment facilities in California, including 2 in San Diego.
I like the quirkiness of it, but I also felt, more importantly, that here's an interesting challenge for me.
In addition to the Point Loma facility, Turner left his mark on the Metro Biosolid Center in Kearny Mesa, which is the next stop on our wastewater voyage. The center processes treated sludge from Point Loma. The artwork starts at the front gate, continues in the lobby, and spreads throughout the main administrative building.
People see it and they ask questions. When I tell them what it is, they find it very interesting.
Richard Pitchford is the superintendent at the Biosolid Center. He says the artwork forces visitors to ponder the complex process that happens after they use the bathroom.
When you flush it, it's gone. I don't have to deal with it anymore. When we deal with it on the other end, and it's actually a fascinating industry.
The dung beetle is a recurring motif throughout the installation. The bug eats animal droppings and then recycles nutrients back into the ecosystem. It's a perfect metaphor for the Biosolid Center, which turns semi-processed sludge into fertilizer cakes used to grow non-edible crops. The artwork also explores a bit of San Diego's sanitation history, such as
when the city had the low-flow toilet initiative and they were replacing all the toilets, you can see the piles of toilets down there, and that kind of represents, well, that's where all this used to go or come from. And then they made artwork out of all those broken toilets.
Pitchford says one of his favorite pieces is a series of little floating, logs on one of the hallway walls. They start out a brownish clay color and then slowly turn to a shimmering gold.
I probably walked walked by it several times before I really figured out, oh, this is what it's representing. You can start out with something that's basically somebody's waste, and by the end of the process, it is worth something.
He even found symbolism in the blank spaces at the end of the wall.
We don't know what the future holds for our biosolids.
I never once considered those empty spaces having any meaning whatsoever. But the fact that he is bringing meaning to that piece, that is great. I love that.
In the end, I suppose that's what all this bathroom art is about, finding meaning and value where you least expect it. Some food for thought the next time you hit the head. Scott Rodd, KPBS News.